Let me show you how to store your peppers so that they don't get rotten on time even when you store them in your fridge. I always have a hard time trying to store my peppers because I don't like buying all the time, so they get rotten really fast. So I devised this method, and since then I've been having my peppers handy without getting rotten. So I'm going to quickly show you how I do this. I simply get a sieve and then I get a paper tissue. This kind of tissue does not tear up like the normal tissue. It's a kitchen tissue towel. So I'm just going to have this and spread it in the filter. I'll then spread the pepper on this kitchen paper towel. The aim of the paper towel is to soak the moisture off the peppers. And then after this, I'm just going to start picking up the rotten peppers because stirring them with the fresh ones will make the fresh ones rotten on time. So after picking the rotten ones out, the next thing I'm going to do is to get some kitchen paper towel and I'm going to mop out the water and the moisture from the peppers. In order to store your peppers, you have to make sure that they are totally dry. Dry, not sun-dried, but then dry in the sense that they are free from moisture, because when they are wet it can cause them to really depreciate on time. So I'll gently mop out their moisture and let them be dry. You can do this one after the other to ensure that all the moisture are totally out, and also do this gently so that you don't remove the head of the peppers. And then if you feel the pepper will be too hot, make sure to wear a glove or something that will shield your hands from the hotness. So after doing this, I'm going to get an airtight container. This is plastic. You can also use glass if you have, but just make sure it's completely airtight. Please do not use your kitchen bowls or your freezer bowls that have covers but they are not airtight. So I'll just go ahead to pick my peppers one after the other into the airtight container. One thing you should make sure of in this process is to take note of their heads. The pepper head should be in place. Once the head is removed, please take it out. I mean something like this without the head, because it will expose the peppers to releasing more enzymes and getting to its being rotten. Something like this, please make sure you take it out because it may just make the other peppers to rotten on time. So I'll just select all my good peppers with heads and make sure that they are dried, like they have no water on them or any kind of moisture. Tap them dry until they are very okay. So this is how they look like after picking them all out, and this is how most supermarkets store their veggies and peppers. So after this, I'm just going to take this into a refrigerator. Make sure not to freeze and do not put this in the freezer. A refrigerator is okay, and make sure that you have a stable power supply. If you want to make use of peppers from this jar, make sure you pick the ones that are a bit weak and looking like they want to spoil first before you pick the fresher one, because some of the peppers may have holes that we may not see when we're selecting them, and those holes may foster the peppers from getting weak and going to getting rotten. So pick those ones first before you pick the fresher ones. So here is after about 10 days that I stored these, and look at how they are. Let me bring them out so you can see them very well. Ordinarily, when I store my peppers open in the fridge or using a non-airtight containers, before 3 days they're already getting weak and they're just trying to get spoiled. In like 5 days they already getting rotten and very weak. So this is how they look like about 10 days after I stored them. They were still looking very okay, although some were looking a bit moist. So what I would do is to dab them again with the paper towels and then take them out. And if there is anyone that has holes and are trying to get spoiled, I'm just going to pick them out and use them all up and then store the other ones back. Also take note of their heads. Make sure that their heads are intact, so you can keep checking them every week to see the ones that are good and bad, and just take them out if you really want to store your peppers for a long time. I hope this would help you because it did help me a lot. And if it's helpful, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and also turn your notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you're gonna give this a try, please let me know in the comment section. Stay tuned on this channel for more helpful tips like this. I'll see you next time. Bye.